That out there, that's the Helford Estuary in Cornwall. Of course, it may be June, but it is a cold and grey and rather miserable day, which is normal for the UK, isn't it, so often? You know, when people put new technology into their homes, things like heat pumps, they always ask, is this going to be suitable? Is this appropriate in our rather damp British climate? And the answer is, well, yes, of course it is. They work brilliantly well, and this is something that Vaillant have addressed with their heat pump challenge. Now, coming here, I've come to find one of the winners, and they own this beautiful converted boathouse down by the estuary. And although I am enormously distracted by the boats and by the birds and by the beauty of the landscape and the water, this is what I've come to see. Yes, this beautiful shiny box. Gosh, that was worth the journey. Gotta find the owners. Hello. Tom, is that right?
Yep.
Nigel.
Yes.
How
nice
are
to
you?
meet you.
And you,
Yeah,
and you
there
too.
are. Yeah.
What an amazing sight.
It's really lovely, isn't it?
You're
Yeah.
right on the river here, and the estuary presumably comes right up, doesn't it, at high tide?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Right up to the grass.
So tell me, why did you put the heat pump in?
It was to help save the world from global warming.
I like that.
So we've got heat pump in the main house, ground source heat pump in the lodge up the road, and this heat pump.
So you're running it on electric before, so
Yeah.
that was on what, night storage or?
No, it wasn't.
it was just
It was just
electric
heating.
Wow,
Yeah.
so quite
Yes.
expensive to run.
Yes.
Can we get inside and have a look?
Yes, sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for tea.
I hope
Yeah,
you
yeah.
enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, not least because it's a bit breezy and chilly outside.
It is indeed.
This is warming. But the house is warm
Yeah.
and all heated by that one machine out
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
there, air source, running
Yes,
hot
yes.
waters in the radiators.
Yeah.
Have you been able to monitor how it's performed, what you saved here, what the bills are like now compared?
We haven't worked out the cost, but we worked out how much electricity we've used. And the year before we put it in, we used twice as much electricity
More
as the
than
year
twice.
after we put it in.
So you've got a 50% saving on the
Yeah, absolutely.
on the kilowatt hours.
Yeah.
Kilowatt.
Fantastic, reliable, solid conclusion.
And
there.
I'll tell you the other thing they say is they cannot believe that they can't hear it.
Do you feel that you have proselytized, that you have, spread the word?
Yes.
We-
I go around trying to talk people into saving the world from global warming, and people are getting the message. There's no question about that now.
So you feel vindicated?
Yes,
A
definitely.
little smug even?
Absolutely.
A lot smoke.
So a standard radiator kind of size, but look how deep it is. So it's oversized all in all to cope with the lower temperatures that you get from the heat pump. I'd like to know how it's plumbed though. So I'm going to go and find Ben, who I think designed the system. Hey.
Hi. Hello.
Jamie,
Jamie.
Ben, Jamie.
Nice to meet you,
How
Kevin.
are you, Ben?
Hi, good to meet you, Kevin.
And you. So you're the designer, Ben. Is that right? Of the system.
Yes, I'm the first person that our customers engage with.
And you work together, judging by the logos. You work together a lot.
Yeah, Ben's on the sales side. Like I said, he's the one that goes out, meets the customer first, does all the heat loss calcs. Ben then gives the job to me, hands it over to me, then I come out for the install team and install the installation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the beautiful beast. Listen, it's right by the sea. This is a steel casing. It's got componentry. It's got a heat exchanger inside. It's got whirring parts. Lots of opportunity for corrosion.
One of the great things about why we like the Vaillant system is the corrosion protection. It comes as standard. We don't have to do any aftermarket stuff. It comes from the factory with superb corrosion protection, nano paint and all that kind of stuff. So equipment, especially down in Cornwall and a lot of coastal projects that we do, you can suddenly 2-3 years later and it ends up looking pretty tatty.
Just tell me something. Does it change people? I mean, it might change their behaviour perhaps in how they heat their home, but do people become more engaged? Or is this really designed to be a fit and forget system?
It's designed to be a fit and forget system. Once you put it in, once it's all set up to the design temperatures and the parameters that Ben's designed, they shouldn't need to touch it at all. Shouldn't need to touch the sensor comfort, which is the thermostat indoors.
Oh, I just parked. Can we go and have a look at that? That's
Yep.
the black. Should we go and have a look at that?
Yeah,
That's
let's
the
go
black
inside
box.
and look at the brains.
It's on the, what's it called?
Sensor comfort.
Sensor comfort. Right. So is this it here? The box.
Yeah, I guess this is the brains of the outfit, yeah.
So what's it do?
So this is the Senso Comfort Controller. So this is where we control the heat pump, and the homeowner can adjust settings. It's really configurable in terms of how much control you want to use.
Yeah.
The heat pump itself adjusts its output.
So that's the distinction.
This is the magic that is a real challenge for everybody to understand. We arrive at the same comfort point as with the boiler, but we've just done it more energy efficiently.
You would think, wouldn't you, that an older building with a thatched roof, something historic, really hard to heat with a heat pump. And come to that, a house on an estuary in Cornwall, next to the sea, with all these salt winds and the waves. I mean, goodness me, that would be almost impossible to heat with modern tech. But you see, you'd be wrong, because the heat pump here is supremely happy, and it works brilliantly.